Rick, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, nice to be here, Nick. Beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day in Perth, isn't it?
It is, perfect.
How's those Fremantle Dockers going?
Well, they're struggling a little bit at the moment, as we know, but it's a bit like a hospital ward out there, so they're sort of finding it a bit hard. And this week, of course, they're up against Collingwood, which will be a pretty mean task, I would think, with the restricted list, shall we say, that they'll have.
As the president of the Fremantle Dockers a few years back now,
Yep.
what did you see from the very beginning? How did you see the club emerge from where they were before your leadership?
Yeah, look, I think they've always been sort of on the cusp of showing something at various times throughout the 15 or 16 year history that they've been in the AFL.
What do you make of the current administration there at Fremantle?
Oh, look, I think that's fine. I think the club's in really good shape. It's one of the top 5 in the AFL in terms of its performance, and its membership is very, very strong. This year they've been devastated by injury, and it's whilst no one makes excuses, it's always hard to perform if you don't have your top group on the track.
Would there be anything you'd be doing differently if you were the current president now?
Oh gosh, I think he'd be probably tearing his hair out, but as is the coach, I'd imagine. But no, look, I think these are things that you have to put up with in football. You can't control injuries, collision injuries, and that's what most of them have been. And you've had big toes and broken leg. I think 3 broken legs and all that sort of thing. And that's what really devastates you.
You haven't had the right to your own name for a while now, and now that the stores have all changed over to Harvey Norman, is it good to have your name back?
Well, I haven't got the name back, of course, but it's probably good that there's no confusion out in the marketplace, and that will disappear in the next few weeks. But having said that, it's also sad that it's an iconic brand in WA, and it's been so for 36 years.
What was that like to see the Rick Hart going over to Clyde Peters, and then now obviously changed over to Harvey Norman?
Well, I mean, this is the crux of it, and I guess I've probably been a bit conditioned over what's happened in the last 18 months or so. This now is just a matter of fact, and whilst it's disappointing, I've sort of moved on, and it's one of those things you just have to put up with in life.
Kitchen headquarters is now opened up. Tell us a little bit how it's going.
Yeah, look, it's going really well. It's been going less than 12 months. Beautiful coffee coming up. And it's progressing along really well in what's a pretty tough retail environment out there, as everyone knows. So it's certainly a unique and innovative showroom. It's what I wanted to produce, and I think we've managed to nail that. And it's getting really good support from not only from the public, but from also interior designers and architects and builders and so on. So that's going good.
What advice would you give to someone who's just kicking off their career?
Yeah, look, it'd be a tough time to be starting off a career. The 2 things that I think you need is capital, or access to capital, so that you don't have to be dipping into the honey pot too often. And the other thing is to really plan and have a blueprint for what you want to do over not just sort of in the next month, but maybe out 5 years, so that you actually know what you're working towards.
Rick, what do you love about Perth?
Oh well, I love this weather. I love the lifestyle. I love the fact that we've got the greatest beaches in the world. It's 3 hours away from probably the best places that you can imagine: Margaret River, Broome, Bali. It's just it's a gateway to pleasure for any Perth resident.